Hey, y'all. Welcome back to Unscripted with your host, Godzgrl. Listen, I know I say this every show, and I mean it every time. The treat that we have in store for you on this night, and trust me, it's not the Dollar Tree treats. It's the top shelf Pepperidge Farm treats. You know, the one you got to consider, your child's college fund or buying a treat, when you make the purchase. Yeah, we got that good stuff. So listen, we have Miss Katina Barnes in the building. Listen, y'all, she's a superhero, a power player in the game. Y'all don't even know. Just because people are not out front don't mean they're not holding that weight. So listen, Katina Barnes.
Hello, in the place.
Welcome to Unscripted.
Thank you so much. It is such an honor to be here. Thank you. I'm just grateful to be here and talking with you today and sharing with the people.
Yeah, and listen, y'all, I just met Miss Katina before the show today, but I feel like I've been knowing her forever.
Yeah, right.
Since, that kindred spirit.
Yes.
This is a woman of God, a faith walker. She's not just talking about it. Mm-hmm. She is being about it, in the kingdom, in the earth, in the market, in the church. She's just playing every role. As far as I can say, like, you're just playing every position.
Well, I just do as I'm told by my father.
Oh, Lord. That's a word all by itself.
Yeah.
Miss Katina, okay, let's just start from the beginning. Your family life, your mother, your father, and then your sisters, your husband, your cousin. Let's just find out who you are, the foundation of who you are.
All right. Well, I was born in Suffolk, Virginia, right here in Hampton Roads. Yeah. I always say that I claim Portsmouth because I went to high school in Portsmouth. I worked in Portsmouth, lived in Portsmouth a little bit. So, I am my mom, my family, the foundation is from Suffolk, Virginia.
Okay.
That's where my people are from.
Okay.
Some still live there. I was born in Suffolk, went to Manor High School.
Come on, Manor.
Manor High School, and after high school, I went away to college, not really knowing what exactly I wanted to do, but my mama was saying, you're gonna do something. So I visited this school, Johnson C. Smith University, and it looked good. So that's where I was for about a year.
Okay.
I'm a mom. I'm a grandma.
Come on, grandma. Newly grandma, right?
Newly grandma, yes. My granddaughter is 5 months old.
Oh.
Like that was a mouthful for me because becoming a grandmother is like, I don't know, that's like a whole different season that I wasn't sure I was ready for, you know?
Right.
Because in my mind, grandmas are like, retired and, just chilling at home. But that's not me.
You're millennial grandma.
Right,
New age.
Right. I am a wife. Love me some my hubby.
Okay.
Been married for 24 years.
24 years.
24 years.
But y'all got married when you was 5?
Right. 24 years and together for 29 years.
What?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, child, I'm gonna need y'all to lay hands on me because I can't even halfway keep a boyfriend for 10 minutes. So
that's all right. He's God is preparing him and preparing you. So he's coming.
He might be preparing him. He working on me. He chiseling on me because that's another conversation.
He's pruning you too.
Ooh, girl, that's a whole nother set of chronicles. And I've been married, but anyway, it's over. So listen, when we were speaking, you were just kind of sharing about, after you met your husband and you were going into your career, after you got married, you were getting into your career, but then God began to shift you because your husband was finding employment back here. You guys were in Atlanta.
So funny thing, I met my husband in high school, so I knew him already.
Oh.
Knew him already, but we weren't dating. I just knew him. I was a cheerleader. He played football. I was like, oh, football guys, Anyway, but I came home.
The jock.
Yes, that's right. And I wasn't in that crowd, if you know what I mean. I wasn't in that crowd, so I knew him because he played football. But I re-met him after my first year of college, came back home, went to a graduation party, he was there.
Wow.
And we hung out for a little bit, and we've been hanging ever since. It was 1991, I think. But at that time, I was trying to figure out, what am I going to do? I was in college. I wasn't going back to Johnson C. Smith, but my mom was saying, okay, girl, you're not going to go back, but you're going to do something. And long story short, I ended up going to Atlanta while we were dating. And I went to school there, graduated there. My plan, keyword my, right?
Oh boy.
My plan was to graduate from the Art Institute of Atlanta with a fashion, marketing, and design degree. And, on the runway and putting outfits together for people in Atlanta, maybe New York. And my husband did come to Atlanta to try to find employment, but, he didn't. And I came back here.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, how did you process that decision? Because you said you had something lined up.
Absolutely.
In Atlanta.
I was on Peachtree Street, honey.
Come on, Peachtree.
Yes.
Wow.
So coming back to Portsmouth was just not my plan. How did I process that? Very difficultly. Is that a word? Difficultly? Yeah.
It is now. We make up words on Unscripted.
Yeah. We were engaged.
Okay.
No wedding date. Came back here, and I was really trying to figure it out. And I will tell you, I had a little bit of resentment for a little bit.
Wow.
Resentment, regret. Like, what am I? This ain't what I wanted to do.
Right.
Had to get myself together.
Right.
Refocus. We got married. Had a kid. Had my firstborn, only born. And I really had to say, okay, Lord, what is it that I should be doing? What do you have me to do? And God has blessed me tremendously to gain every job I've had. By no means did I have the skill, I ended up getting a job at EVMS, working for the provost at the time, okay? And what do I know about being an administrative assistant for the provost? What? Like, I didn't know anything. And the young lady who hired me moved over to Children's Hospital of the King's Daughters, and she took me with her. Again, I didn't have a clue. Did not have a clue. Let me just tell you.
Wow.
I've just had tremendous people. God has placed tremendous women in my life. Had a mentor over. She was a social worker at Children's Hospital. And she kind of took me under her wing and told me what I need to be doing. And she encouraged me to go back to school to gain my undergraduate degree in social work. She encouraged me to do some volunteer work. I was like, volunteer? I'm a new mama. I'm a new wife. I ain't got time to be doing no volunteering. And I ended up volunteering. Where I volunteered, they hired me. So you asked the question, how did I process it? You just kind of have to refocus. And I don't think that going to Atlanta was by accident. It wasn't an accident that I gained this job as a buyer. That sounds real good, right? Being a buyer of a cute little boutique. That was not by accident. That was part of my story, but it wasn't the plan. So
right.
Here I am.
And it's interesting, that I'm a classic P-Town girl, so I know that's why I'm feeling you on today. And when I last came back to Portsmouth from Hawaii, it was trauma. Something traumatic happened. Like, I was on a whole rescue mission. My mom and the sisters in my prayer circle had to raise an offering to get me a ticket, check my luggage and everything to get back, because there was some crazy stuff going on. And I was just like, Lord, I'm back in Portsmouth. And not that I love Portsmouth. Let me be clear on that. I love Virginia. This has been an incredible home to me. But again, it just wasn't my plan. I didn't see it. But when I came back, that was in November 2019, this has been the most blessed, prosperous, fulfilling season of my life. I mean, I worked through the depression and the anxiety, and each day it got better, each month it got better. Then the pandemic hit, and I just thought, oh Lord, this is over now. When the pandemic hit, things got better and better. And I was like, well, and still have suffered loss, pain, disappointment. But in the grand scheme of things, my life has just taken a dramatic turn for the better in coming back. And so
I will agree.
Yeah.
I will agree. I think earlier we talked about that whole submission thing.
Yeah.
Part of me, why I gotta go back just because you proposed to me, Why do I have to give in to what he wants to do? I dealt with that.
Yeah.
But I'm so glad I did. I'm so glad I came back and refocused.
And I'm so glad you did too, because if you hadn't,
I know, right?
I wouldn't be able to see you in these pretty hot pink pants today, girl. Shoot, I'm living for these hot. I'm trying not to lust over these hot pink pants, but I'm living for them. Okay, I ain't gonna say nothing else. I might have a hat to match, and we're gonna figure out if you gotta give me the pants or if I gotta give you the hat. So we're just gonna pray and see what the Lord say about that. Back to the regular scheduled program. Okay, so you get back to Portsmouth and you refocus. Everything's starting to kind of mesh. You're leaning into being back on the west side. Well, no, where we at? We on the east side. We on the east side. Well, you were still on the east side, just more south side.
South. Yeah.
Because okay, too many sides, y'all. These are international chronicles, okay? Just don't pay me no mind. But once things started leveling off, what happened career-wise?
I've always been like goal-oriented. Yes. I've always kind of thought about like what next? And I haven't always said, what does God have for me next? I've always said, okay, what's next, Tina? What's next? What's next? So I had a wonderful, wonderful, again, mentor, a lot of women in my life who kind of, my mom, my grandmother, my aunts, but also women who were not my family that I looked up to and kind of gave me some encouragement.
Okay.
But I had a wonderful career at that organization that I started volunteering, who hired me.
Okay.
And I'm big on that. I'm big on volunteering and internships. That's a whole other conversation. But I was there for almost 12 years. And in that time, I went back to school, gained my undergraduate degree, and went back to Norfolk State again. And after gaining my master's, I kind of had that itch. Okay, what's next?
Right.
But I don't know that it wasn't a Katina itch. It was God saying, okay, you finished this assignment.
There's more.
And I was working in Portsmouth. Again, those ties to Portsmouth. Yeah. I was working in Portsmouth, and it was around about the time that the new Topwater Community College opened up in Portsmouth. Access to P-Town.
Right.
Because Topwater Community College used to be in Suffolk. Remember?
I remember.
So it was in Portsmouth. I was coming back from a home visit. And I said, what's going on over here? So I just kind of made a little turn, and I went in, and I guess a couple of months before that, what encouraged me to take that turn, I saw one of my instructors at the pizza place or something, and she was asking what I was doing, and she said, Topwater Community College just opened over there. You should kind of go and see if you're looking to do more in your career. So that's what I did. I made the turn.
Okay.
And long story short, I left my long-standing, almost 12-year career at the Up Center, left that job, and started working at Topwater Community College part-time because God said, make the turn. So I made the turn. So I made the turn, and I started teaching as an adjunct instructor, and then working in counseling. And, I just kind of worked my way up. Counseling, that's my master's degree. My background is in counseling. But academic counseling moved too slow for me. I was like, waiting for kids to come in, that was moving too slow. So I would always hang out outside of the office. Okay. I'm sure my colleagues were saying, what is she doing? I enjoy having my hands on students, talking with them and kind of grabbing them and just helping them.
Right.
So I actually moved into student engagement and became the inaugural director for the Portsmouth Campus Student Center. Inaugural director. Spell that, girl.
No, spell just playing.
Again, let me be clear. Like, I didn't think I had the skills to do that. Open up and build a building? What are you talking? I've never built a house. What are you talking about? Build a building? So again, God, I just saw God working in my life. Now, that's not why I made the turn. I thought I could do some counseling here at the college. I was kind of settling. I had no idea that I was going to become a director of a building. You got the tissues, right? Okay, because I feel it. Like that wasn't remember I said my plan. That wasn't my plan.
Right.
God said make the turn. I made the turn. And wow, I had a wonderful career at Tidewater Community College. Did some amazing things, changed the culture of student engagement. Let me back up though. While I was at the Up Center, God gave me a vision in 1999. He gave me a vision. I remember it like it was yesterday. I didn't go to work this day. I was at home and watching CBN, and God revealed this vision that I was going to have a village. What does that mean, a village? I thought a village of people, women,
Right.
But that wasn't what he was talking about. So over the years, just looking what God was doing in my life, building that village.
Right.
Which today, he birthed ButterflyVillage.
Right.
Yeah.
ButterflyVillage. Look, y'all. On that note, we're going to take a little break.
Okay.
We're going to keep y'all in suspense. First of all, I just want y'all to hashtag your neighbor and say, make the turn. And when we come back from this turn called a break, we're going to talk more about ButterflyVillage and how it manifested, like because you had to make another turn.
I did, yeah.
Oh, gosh, you had to make a dramatic turn in order to birth.
In the middle of the interstate.
Oh, come on. Hey, with an 18-wheeler.
Right.
Oh, God. Listen, y'all, we'll be back with more from Katina Barnes. See you in a minute.
Tonight we're going to be doing the comparisons with the fish sandwich from Popeyes and my fish sandwich from Tender Catering, as you can see right here. Godzgrl is going to sample the sandwich with Lauren, my granddaughter, and all I can say is I hope that everyone enjoys. See you guys in the field.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mrs. Ingram. Okay, y'all, who you were just hearing from is Ebony Ingram, the CEO and operator of Tender Catering, 757. Her food is just incredible. Now, first I'm going to just say this. I'm not biased because she has been my best friend of 30 years. Because even if the food won't good, I wouldn't eat it just because she's my friend. I'd be like, friend, you need to find another craft because this ain't it. It's some dog food you're serving up and we just not going to support it. But fortunately, the woman is a freak of nature in the kitchen. She just is. It's all facts. If y'all on my social media, like she's responsible for 99% of my quarantine fat. So listen. My lovely co-host for this evening, and your name is, what's your name?
Lauren.
Hey, Lauren. How you doing?
Good.
How old are you?
6.
Look into the camera and tell them your name and how old are you?
My name is Lauren and I'm 6.
Okay, and how do you feel about your grandmother's food?
I feel really good about it.
Why?
Because her food is really good.
Okay. Now, what is your favorite meal that she prepares? Too many to choose from? I feel the exact same way. Look, y'all, we about to get into this. You ready? You ready to try this?
Yes.
Okay. So we're going to try the Popeyes first, okay? Oh, Lord, we're going to say our grace? Say the grace.
God is grace, God is good. Words thank us for our food. Bow our head, we all be fed. Give us, Lord, our daily bread. Amen.
And it is so.
Jesus.
Thank you, Isha. I felt that, girl. You a praying piece, girl. This food is blessed, okay? All right, best friend. And by the way, y'all, is my best friend of all her 6 years. Thank you. All right, you ready?
Yes.
All right, y'all. This is Popeyes. We just gonna say the best for last. We already know. Tastes good. It's a little dry. Unfortunately, how you feel about that? We throwing shade on Popeyes. Girl, they gonna sue us. Oh Lord, for defamation of flavor, they gonna sue us. Yeah, you want to get a little sip of that?
Yeah.
I support that. All right, y'all. So for me, it's not the Popeyes for me, and that's all I can say about that. How about you, best friend? Well, you eating it, you like it. Go and enjoy yourself, girl. She like it. And it is the Popeyes for best friend. Now I'm gonna tell y'all, Tender Catering is currently located in Chesapeake, Virginia. However, she is expanding and we'll be posting a new location very shortly. So just watch the social media to see what's going on, what's happening, or if you miss anything, you know you can always reach out to us and we'll keep you plugged in. But I'm telling you, if you have never experienced the anything sauce, the butter thing, we got the tasty thing. I'm telling you, these sauces are life-changing. All right, y'all, so now we're moving on to the Tender Catering fish sandwich. Oh, Lord. Oh, God. Come on, best friend, say it with me. Oh, God.
Oh God.
Girl, I can't with you. Do you understand? I love it. That's why you my best friend, girl, because you know how to put on a show. And listen, I'm telling y'all, if you ever actually what best friend does is she hacks her grandmother's Tender Catering TikTok and just goes ham, but it's a great show. So follow Tender Catering 757 on TikTok, starring, did I say TikTok? And that's fine. You're embarrassing us, you know. You're not helping the corporation. Oh my God. Well, best friend full. Popeyes filled her up, so she good. She said, and she's gonna save grandma sandwich for later because she was like, when she get hungry in the middle of the night, she's gonna rework it in the air fryer like me. Well, no, I'm not gonna have nothing to rework in the air fryer unless my best friend, her grandma best friend, 30-year friend, make me another one, because I'm gonna crush this now. I'm gonna crush it with a right now anointing. But I'm gonna finish what I was doing here. Look, with my good sister friend of 30-some years and the CEO chef of Tender Catering here in the 757. She's incredible. When I said it once, I'll say it again and another time. She is a freak of nature in the kitchen. The girl go to sleep thinking about food, wake up thinking about food all day. What I'm going to cook today? Calling me. I think I'm going to try this. What you think? Girl, go and try it. If it's not pork or beef based, I'm going to eat it. Thank you very much. So listen, Ebony Ingram in the building. How you doing, girl?
Finally got to sit on your show, huh?
So, Ebony, when did you know that cooking was your passion?
Back in 2018, I was unfortunately terminated from my job. I've always cooked. Everybody, like, I'm the family member that cooks, and everybody comes to my house and we gather and entertain with me all the time.
Right.
So I'm laying there and I'm like, I've done so many little different things to try and make a living. I don't want to work for nobody for the rest of my life. Right. So I was just laying there and I said, what could you do to draw people to you? And it dawned on me, cook.
Wow.
Everybody always asking me to cook something. I got all my friends, when they come around, what you gonna cook? We're gonna come over, we're gonna hang out. And it's always for me to cook something. And I just got in that kitchen, started playing with recipes, doing different things. And I think that little 5 months I was out of work, I think that was my time to adventure the real foods that could be offered to people. I started buying stuff, all in the thrift stores, buying stuff. My mom purchased me a KitchenAid mixer. I was going crazy to get that mixer.
Wow.
And my mom surprised me with it for my birthday one year. And in 2019, I got that. And it was just a blessing, you know, to see how many people would be like, oh, this is good. So when I started with my sauce, I was in here off work again, and I just tried it. And I something in my mind kept that recipe.
Wow.
I don't know what it was. So when my mom moved back from Maryland, she was like, I made her a chicken sandwich like this. And she said, what is this? And I said, that's a sauce I made. And she said, stop lying. I said, no. She said, you need to sell this. So with her giving me that idea to sell it, I gave her a surprise party. And I had everybody sample it. And I bought some bottles to sell, and it's been selling. And I've sent it to Rhode Island. I sent it to Chicago, Rochester, New York, Detroit. I have different customers all over the globe that have been sampled first, and then they like it. And some just want to taste it anyway, not knowing. And to send me, I met a lady. I'm typically on YouTube, and a lady said, "I'll support your business." And I said, she sent me $50 for, I don't know this lady, from a can of paint. And I sent her two of my sauces. So she really enjoyed it. And she was like, I got to get some more. Her family liked it. So it's just a growing thing. I just have to, you know, sometimes you need like a plug, is what they would say, to get it going. And I just need like a manufacturer that would, you know, believe in me, or somebody that would, you know, sponsor me at least to get me on my feet with it, because it's definitely a big seller if you get into it.
It's incredible. Like, I put it on everything. I put anything on everything.
And that's the slogan of it.
Really? Girl, see how genius I am. No, but what you were just saying about all these different locations that you sent people to, social media.
Social media.
So, you know, a lot of people, God might be telling you to reach out into the social media, and it's intimidating to most people. It definitely has been for me, very intimidating. But tell us how, you know, I just want you to expound a little further about how social media has expanded your, you know, experience with your business.
A lot. I just get in there and I will converse with anybody in the comments and, you know, different sections on live social media. Somebody that has a big following, I'll go in there and I'll try to throw myself at them to see if they can see my name flashing, Tender Catering, across the screen. Can I send you something? Can I send you something? Some don't connect, some do, because they have so many comments coming down. So, but that one, I got a girl that's in North Carolina. She has a big following. She's a hairdresser, and I think she cooks as well. So I asked her. Her name is Crystal. Her and her husband, I think his name is Somo or Sumu or something. They're out of North Carolina, and I caught her one day, and I said, "Can I send you something from my business?" She said, "Sure." And she inboxed me her address. So I was supposed to send her stuff out to her, but I will do it after the transition of moving and everything. I'm gonna get it out to her. And you know, she's sewing to me, I'm sewing to her. You know, because she has a sauce that she makes, I believe, for barbecue stuff. So I'll have her to ship me one, and I'll have family members taste it, and you know, because I don't eat pork, so I'll have family members taste it and enjoy it, and get her some business. You know.
And then you even have a young lady who I think she makes banana puddings or some dessert, and then she came and y'all.
Oh yes, she found me on Instagram. I don't know, and then she said, "I didn't know how you came across my page." And she asked where I was, because I had made some seafood stuff. She's out of Maryland, Baltimore. Right. And she's been here twice to eat my food. Because her son and his husband, they live in Virginia Beach. So the last time she came, they ordered the pineapple bowl. And I always give her stuff, because she'll bring me pudding and stuff. And I can make her chicken. So I say, you know, I got to give you something extra. And they all went to the beach. It was her wife, her son, and his husband. And they have a dog. The dog was trying to eat the food too.
Come on,
she
dog
sent me
food.
the video. I said, you know what?
Not dog food.
And it was it was his dog food. I wouldn't have
Where
wanted
the
no more.
dog food reside?
Where the dog food reside? Yeah, but he was
Oh God.
She's a big supporter of mine, and when she's coming home, when she's not from here, when she comes here, she makes sure she reaches out and she supports, and that's a good thing to know that people that will support you that don't even know you.
Right. I'm just not surprised by none of the success that you're experiencing, and definitely not surprised about what's to come. Amen. Excited, but not surprised, because I have the honor and privilege of knowing you outside of the kitchen. The woman that you are, the sister, the friend, the mother, the daughter, the grandmother. I have that privilege, and you're so faithful and consistent and professional and organized. I mean, you really have your stuff together, even though you might not think so.
I don't.
And I'm not just trying to make you look cute for the camera, because you wouldn't even
it's already there.
Oh, see, this the kind of stuff I just cannot work. I can't work with these saints, Jesus. And I am just proud of you. And I don't want to get up here and cry, honey, because this face is woo. And I don't want my makeup to slide. But I am so proud of you for weathering the storms, past and current. Y'all don't even know. This sister in a storm right now, you would not even believe. But look, still creating, still producing. And I tell you, she's the poster child for pushing through. Honestly, like things that she has, testimonies that she's given me that I didn't even know till we were grown. And we met when we were 12 and 13. And testimonies I just got from her in the past 5 or 6 years about how she pushed. I can't even tell them on camera because they were intimate, personal testimonies. But this woman did not make any excuses. Raising her children alone, 3 children, working job to job, place to place. She did not make any excuses for why she couldn't be, have, or do anything that anybody that she is, anything she has, or anything that she's done, and still going higher and higher. So I just appreciate you for being who you are. Look, y'all, thank you so much for sharing this time with your lovely host, Godzgrl, and Miss Lauren, and Ebony Ingram, the CEO of Chef of Tender Catering. And again, we're going to have all her digital giving information if you want to sow, share. If you have any insight to take her business to the next level, just whatever you can share to push this woman of God to a new level in what she's doing, we're open and we want it. And so thank you for your time.
Hello, everybody. My name is Lakia Perez, your CEO, Executive Director of Christian Life Radio Station, the hostess with the mostest. I am here to inform you that if you want to be a part of the Christian Life Radio Station family and you are interested in advertisement and podcasting, or even if you want to sponsor this amazing platform, then you can go ahead and go to www.christianlifers.com. And guess what? We got an app just for you. Go ahead and download Christian Lifers app. This is a place that you want to be a part of.
All right, y'all, we're back to Unscripted with Miss Katina Barnes, Superwoman in the building. Thank you so much again for this time with us.
Thank you for having me here today.
Listen, okay, so before we left, we were just talking about, you making the turn, and then we wanted to talk about some of your hobbies and how that shifted into you making another turn.
Yeah, so I have a couple of hobbies. I love to decorate. That might be that whole fashion marketing design piece maybe, but I love to decorate. I love to hang out at the beach. I love the sound of the water. That's my happy place. Like to cook a little bit when I want to cook, right?
You're my spirit animal, girl, when I want to cook.
But I do enjoy making food that tastes good and good for you. And I'm not sure if this is a hobby, but it feeds my soul to be able to talk to girls, young girls, and to women, and empower them and make them feel good and help them recognize their inner strength. I love doing that.
Wow.
That's a passion. I'm not sure if it's a hobby.
If you want it to be a hobby, then it is.
Okay.
Because that's your business. That's your hobby.
That's my business.
We can't tell you what your hobbies are. Wow, that's incredible. And so that hobby, passion, birthed the Butterfly Village.
That birthed the Butterfly Village. And like I said, Butterfly Village really was birthed through that vision God so plainly gave to me. Okay. While working at that time, I was doing home visits. I was responsible for overseeing a program for first-time mothers. So I was going into people's homes, talking to first-time moms, and helping them be a good parent, basically.
Wow.
First of all, I was a new parent. So what? I think somebody come see me. But that passion of talking to women and just helping them be a good mom.
Right.
Oh, I loved that. I loved that. And then a lot of my moms were teenagers.
Okay.
Because at that time, teenage pregnancy rates were just, out of the water. So a lot of my home visits were to girls, teen girls.
Wow.
So just talking to them and helping them see past, what they saw, this brand new baby, maybe not finishing high school, just encouraging them, became part of my vision, which has now birthed into Butterfly Village, which is a nonprofit organization designed to cultivate change in the lives of women and girls.
Wow.
And we have several different services and programs, one of which is a signature program called She Can STEM Academy.
Okay.
It is it's a STEM program for middle school, high school girls. I say high school, the thought really was middle school girls. But we don't turn anyone away.
Of course.
If you want to learn more about STEM and you want to find out what's out there, come on, hang out with us. So She Can STEM Academy it started as an after school program, and then COVID came. Like COVID shifted everything, right? Shifted our perspective, the way we do business, everything. And now it's a virtual program, which is great because we can serve so many.
Right.
We serving people in 8 different states, honey.
Come on, 8 different states.
Yes, ma'am.
Wow, good for you.
Yes, ma'am.
That's exciting. And it's good that you were sensitive enough to the season, and I'm sure God had to give instruction to make that shift, so that you could be, your business or ministry could be best used in this season for you and for others.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So good for
and
you.
making that shift, sometimes making shifts are difficult. I don't have a technology background. What do you mean do things online? I had to learn Zoom and Google Classroom and all this stuff. And I think all of us were sitting around saying, okay, when this pandemic is over, I'm going to do X, Y, Z. But we couldn't wait.
Right.
And I felt like I didn't want the business to get behind, so let's just throw ourselves in it and see what we can do.
Something, and we didn't talk about this earlier, but we're just going to call this passion versus a paycheck. What happened when your passion started wrestling with the paycheck?
Wow.
Yeah, that thing just hit me right then.
Yeah. So it's always been my passion. As I said, God gave me this vision, and what I have learned through my spiritual walk, you got to be obedient. So I think I shared with you, I was at TCC for 9 years. And I think I was doing my thing, making change there. I look at everything that we do as an assignment. So each time I was given a promotion or a new role was an assignment. But my side hustle was Butterfly Village.
Yeah.
And God doesn't want us to give him a little bit. When he tells us to do something, he wants you to do it. Don't do it, as my mama used to say, half tail. Can I say that on TV? Can I say that?
What your mama really said was, baby, welcome to Unscripted. Speak your heart, okay? Please speak your heart.
I felt like Butterfly Village was just I was just giving a little bit because I'm telling you, I work hard.
Of course.
When I'm given something to do, I work hard. I give my all. And when I was at TCC, I worked hard. I was on 24/7 for 9 years.
Wow.
If my supervisor called me to do something, I'm on it. That's what I do. But whatever was left over was given to ButterflyVillage, which was my passion and my purpose. And that thing starts wrestling with you. It can mess you up. Mm-hmm. There were times I didn't know whether I was coming, whether I was going. I like to refer to myself as Superwoman, but we can't do everything right all the time. So some things were lacking. And this pandemic really, although the pandemic, there were some tragedy with the pandemic, there's a lot of shift and reset. The pandemic was good for me in my life.
Yeah.
Because it really caused me to sit and look at some things.
Right.
About my life, my spirituality, my walk with God, my age. When I get any younger, I became a grandmother. Just kind of looking at like, okay, what are you doing? Right. Katina Barnes, the paycheck looking real good. Right. My husband and I have created, God has allowed us to create this comfortable lifestyle.
Yeah.
But when your purpose is lacking, so I had to make a turn. I made a turn, a huge turn that I wrestled with. God just speaking. A lot of times I didn't know it was God. I thought it was my body saying, "Oh, you're tired. You just burned out." And I had some medical things to happen that really needed my attention without distraction. So I had to put myself in timeout. And sometimes, and I put myself in timeout before, but not like this.
Okay.
Like this timeout was a what do you call those things? Sabbatical.
Sabbatical.
Yeah, yeah. So I took a leave of absence from my job. Before I took a leave of absence from my job, I never complained, but I had 3 different roles on my job. I was doing 3 whole full-time jobs. So I was burned out. I was tired. My family lacked. My husband would come home and see me with my computer after working 14 hours. I'm still at the computer, and he would roll his eyes at me. Very supportive.
Wow.
But I had to make a switch. So I took some time off. I took a leave of absence. I removed my email from my phone, which is a no-no in the field I was in. I would sit in the house with no TV, no Netflix. While people were binging on Netflix during the pandemic, I took some time out. I listened to nothing. I didn't turn the TV on, the radio on, and I listened to God. I'm about to start crying. I listened to God, really listened.
What you said was you binged on God.
I binged. I didn't binge on Netflix. I binged on God. Just listening to him. 2 weeks. Now, I'll be honest with you. I say this, but God said to me, your assignment is up, girl. Yeah. And I said, no. I got bills. I got student loans. No, Lord, that's not what you really, that's just my body saying you're tired. God said it's time for you to walk in your purpose. You got to do it. And I said, well, how am I going to do that? When God tells you to do something, you don't ask how. You be obedient, and he figures out the how. So I left my career. This year, January 22nd, 2021. That was a cheesy smile.
I know. That's how I feel. Yeah.
I'm telling you, I struggled. Now, that was a cheesy smile, y'all, but it was not easy.
Yeah.
Again, I got a life. I got a real life. I got a car, a house I live in. I got a son that he grown, but he's still asking for money. I had a life.
Right.
So the bills come. But here, God had told me, specifically said, leave your job and go ahead and fulfill your purpose. Stop side hustling ButterflyVillage. That's your main. But remember, I said nonprofit. Nonprofit means there's no funds coming in right away. The flourish, but right away.
Nothing else.
Well, I hadn't saved for this. You hear a lot of entrepreneurs say, "Oh, I'm gonna save for this." I didn't save. You know, we were like most people. You know, we live in paycheck to paycheck. You know?
Right.
So I put in my notice, and I just asked God for provision. I didn't have a clue. I'm telling you, I didn't have a clue. But I knew what God kept saying to me was trust me. Right. Even before this day, like I didn't just wake up overnight and say, oh, I'm gonna do this. It was a progression.
Right.
Like it was going to work and sitting in the parking lot crying because I didn't want to go in.
You know, I get it and I don't get it. You know, back in 2006, God had called me off my job. And I did, in my eyes, go lacking and have some struggle. But again, it was just me. I didn't have husband, children. I didn't have any of that. And hindsight, what I realized is he wanted to strip me of all of that so he could take me on my journey. I mean, even everything that was in my apartment, and I had some nice things in there, he said, give it all away. And people were like, why are you giving that stuff? I said, look, God said, get rid of it. So friends, they go, oh, I like that lamp. Or, girl, what's up with that couch? Anybody who had laid claim to anything, I said, come get it, or it's going to be out on the stoop, because God said everything must go. And from that moment, that was in December 2006 until now, I've had different seasons of that where I accumulate things and say, okay, that's it, time to move. It's almost like Quantum Leap. Do you remember that show? It's like 1 minute you're in this place and all of a sudden you're in that place. And then he'll say, okay, now you got all this, you accumulated, and it would end up being a seed for somebody else.
Yeah, because it's just stuff.
And it's just stuff, you know, but it was like the relationships that I was building on the journey. Now I have relationships with people all over the world because of that. I don't have the houses and cars and all of that, but I have relationships, and even God has made his name great in other places because I go by Godzgrl Entertainment. And when I was in Hawaii, a lot of people started pulling on me and didn't even know that I did event planning. Like, they was like, God said, you're supposed to do this. I'm like, what? How you know that? Because I never told people that I did anything. But now there's certain things you can Google and pull up, even in the state of Hawaii, and my name pops up. God's name popped up, you know, because he said, since you're trying to make my name great, I'm going to make your name great. Yeah. That's what he spoke to me. So I just get it. Like, everybody's turn, it looks different around the corner, depending upon what you need for your journey.
Right.
And so, okay, yes, Lord, you put in the notice, you're gone.
And
what happened? What happened, girl?
And that's not easy.
Yeah.
I'm telling y'all, it's just not easy.
It's not.
It sounds good, you know. It wasn't easy. Because I have a husband who is saying, you said, what now? He looking like, what? You gonna leave your job? What?
He's like, that check was supposed to come when?
Right.
And now you're telling me it ain't gonna come?
That's right.
So, but what happened? Because something happened.
Something happened. God was still saying, trust me. I was home, so I left within a 3-week time. Within a 3-week time frame, I was at home in my office at home, working ButterflyVillage, doing my thing. You know, making contact with people and fine tuning the strategic plan. You know, doing. He said, do. And I'm like, okay, what's the next thing? You know, and he's like, well, just do what I told you to do. Just do the last thing I told you to do.
Like, you worried about the wrong thing, honey.
Right.
That's
just do what I told you to do. Yeah. And I got a call from a friend who said, hey, I want you to start looking at LinkedIn. There's a job that's going to become available. Well, I ain't started looking for a job. I hadn't even sent my resume out. And my husband won't see this, right? So he want to know when you going to start sending out your resume. Like, oh.
It's too late now. He'll be all right. Mr. Barnes, you're going to be all right, sir. We love you.
I haven't quite started sending my resume out yet. But long story short, I never saw what this individual told me was going to come on. I never saw it. Wow. But I got a phone call. And she said, be ready tomorrow at 10 o'clock. I said, for what? Well, somebody's going to call you for an informal interview. Do what now? Like, why? Okay, so I called. The person called, and we talked. And my first paycheck was 2 weeks after my last paycheck. I never went without.
So wait a minute, Katina Barnes. Well, you're taking me too fast here. Now,
Okay, right.
You know, I'm acting like I never heard this before because it's still, so basically, you told God yes.
I told God yes.
You made the turn. You left the job. You sitting at home minding your own business, pursuing your purpose. Mm-hmm. Somebody called you about a job that you were not looking for, never really did apply for. Then you got the job, and now you're sitting at home still doing the job, and you never missed a paycheck, period.
Never missed a paycheck, but be clear, I'm still pursuing my purpose.
Still pursuing your purpose.
Right. Not a side hustle.
Matter of fact, the job is actually enhancing your purpose.
Absolutely.
And you're enhancing that job because of your purpose.
Yes.
Girl, you just saying everything right now. Where the fan and the white sheet at? Because I need to get in the flow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. There are times I sit and just
Wow.
little things. I'm so thankful. I'm so thankful and blessed. When you are obedient, and you have to pay attention to the obvious and the things that are not obvious. This wasn't the way I envisioned this plan. During this whole journey, I think I'm in control. I think I'm going to quit my job when I am ready, when I've saved enough money, or I think I'm going to launch this when it's not about my plan, it's about God's plan. I think that's the message for me today. It's God's plan. We are not in control of anything. And those who know me know I'm a control freak. I used to be a control freak. Let's say that.
Wow. You know, before you got here today, we were just talking about you're here, like you're here. But when you look back to there, and then you think about being here and what God did in that time, and then because you're a visionary, there's another here that you're going to get to. So right now, that here is there. And that's like making the turn to go from here to there. Like, I didn't even really think about how it all tied in together. Well, really, I was not trying to say too much because I wanted Tory to get your testimony fresh from your mouth. But, wow. I mean, God made, and then we said, you know, here and there are the same words, you just add a T.
That's right.
And I said, well, Lord, he said that T is just the travel time between here and there, and the testimony and the trials and the triumphs, you know, and your story just exemplifies all of that.
And there were times is that God speaking? Because, like, be clear, we think God's gonna sound a certain way. We think this, I guess, big masculine voice is gonna come and say, hey, but he used people, and I kept saying, okay, give me another confirmation, Lord.
Right.
Show me again. And he just kept doing it. I remember driving down Cedar Road one day, and I said, maybe he's saying it, but not now. Maybe not now. And I'm driving. I pass by this realtor company all the time, going to Walmart. The sign said, now.
Girl, stop.
It's another confirmation. I'm just bawling. It said now.
No.
I just happened to look and it said now. I said, oh my God, I just started bawling. So we think God is going to sound a certain way, but he uses people. He uses all kinds of things. Like I heard Pastor Michael Todd say one sermon, there's 10 different ways that God can speak, you know? 10 different things he uses to speak. Probably more, but
wow.
I don't know. You just have to listen and be obedient and just believe. I kept hearing, trust me. And I trust him because I know that I didn't leave that career, good paying job, great benefits, you know?
Right.
For him to fail.
Right.
Like I'm excited for the next. I'm excited for the next term.
Yeah.
Oh, it's gonna be good.
It's gonna be real good.
It's gonna be good.
I'm excited for you. I'm excited with you. Look, y'all, we gotta go. We can keep talking, but y'all gonna have to, when she write the book, follow her on all her social media platforms. We'll post it. Just follow this incredible voice that God is amplifying in this season, whether you want him to or not. And that beautiful face.
Oh, thank you.
He is amplifying everything about you because you are truly a representative of his faith and his love and obedience. Like you're the spokesperson. So of course he's going to amplify those that amplify him. So listen, y'all. Unscripted just went to another level today, okay? You don't even understand how deep it is in here right now, but we just bless God for making the turn to be here today to create this platform for all of us. It's not just for me. It's not just for Katina Barnes. It's not just for Tory Slade. It's for all of us. So we hope that you're blessed by the content that we're bringing to you. We certainly are. So until the next time, I'm going to holler back at y'all. Unscripted. Thanks for listening.